Trump administration has reshaped U.S. policy towards scientific research and healthcare. It's a concern for the chairman of Moderna. Now, in Davos last week, Noubar Afeyan told Richard Quest that it's affecting America's position in biotechnology.
That whole industry is based on a scientific output, that there's a whole process by which people generate data, debate it, and agree on what the current view of the truth is, and then you make decisions based on that. That's driven policy, that's driven all the investment decisions. We're living in a time when science is being debated by opinions, and that has not really been precedented for a very long time. And what that does is it undermines confidence in the output.
Those people who are doing that debating say the opposite. They say, no, you have accepted the truth of certain statements unquestioningly for too long. And let's take, for example, the number of vaccines for children. The rest of the world doesn't give that many. Why should the, etc., etc.
I don't think policy in the US has been without massive scientific debate. There is no equivalent debate today. There's no equivalent facts that are being put forward. There are opinions and assertions. And if you don't have to match facts with facts, at least a comparable volume of it, then it's really hard to figure out what the truth is.
Right, then what's the danger of all of this, though, as it plays out?
I think it undermines a huge lead that the US has in the biotechnology industry to invent the new medicines, the new vaccines. The world, as we saw during the pandemic, depended on US technology in the form of mRNA and many other things that helped the solution be found. And the question is, the next pandemic and the next set of challenges we have, can we count on a vibrant industry that takes federally funded research from academia and converts it into valuable, impactful products? I don't think we can make that assumption any longer.
Are you the canary in the mine, in a sense, warning us about, you know, we're all sort of looking at the individual issue of today, but you're basically saying what's actually happening is the infrastructure, the capacity is being denuded.
The foundation of this industry is being able to debate with facts against facts and come up with what to do next. And I think that is being hurt. And by the way, I'll say one more thing. Right now, it may be about childhood vaccines. It used to be about mRNA. It may be about all vaccines. It may be about sources of various diseases. But it will not stop there. I think the only part of the canary that I'm saying is, if you undermine the output of scientific method, you're basically questioning cancer treatments, metabolic disease treatments, on and on. And if a patient sits in front of a doctor and says, look, I heard that the chemotherapy you're about to give me for my cancer doesn't work and wasn't based on good science, where do we go from there? What is the doctor going to say? You figure it out?
If we look now at the pharmaceutical industry and the increase in Chinese penetration into the rest of the world, you see this as continuing?
I see this as continuing. I see them as doubling down on the very thing that caused the US to have a lead, which was basically funding science and trusting the output of science to advance and to make their investment decisions. The government is pushing it very hard at the very time that we're questioning it here. And so the juxtaposition is creating a massive economic disadvantage in this country. What happens is eventually you end up creating a situation where there'll be in China completely competent, large-scale pharmaceutical suppliers. And are we really, as a society, going to say that we will outsource our new medicines, not just the low-cost generic medicines, but our new medicines, to an entirely different system? And I think that's an economic security issue. I think, frankly, it's an overall security issue. And I think that Washington has to take this into account, as opposed to making these increasingly kind of non-foundational decisions based on facts.
Right. What gives you hope? Well, in a world of great difficulty at the moment?
All right, let's say human adaptability.
Oh, that's good.
That's all we got to go on, in my view.
You managed to spell it.
I better know how to spell adaptation.